Hey guys, welcome back to Tribe Talks. Good morning. Haha. We're here with Lex and Owen. They're youth leaders at Westminster Church. And
What's up?
Today's video, we're not doing the spicy boys. We're doing, can you taste the difference between generic and name brand? So let's get this started. First of all, we have a different host today because you had to work. Introduce yourself.
Hi guys.
Oh, not me. No, it's Owen. Yeah, I'm J. Eduardo Calderon Rojas Mercado Garcia Castillo the first, but you can just call me Joe. Yeah.
I'll do that. The second one.
Okay, first of all, we need to blindfold you guys.
Now I can put the blindfold on, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Do we have cups?
Yes.
There's the cups.
He's our producer.
Oh, you're our producer?
He's our stagehand.
He is the production.
You just put the name producer on there so it doesn't feel bad.
You're the stagehand producer.
We had today was our first service back in person, so we were spaced out all across the sanctuary. But
I don't know why. I don't know why we took so long to meet.
I mean, just be safe.
How long was service?
Safe from what?
Some sort of virus that our government has sent out on purpose because
What?
Yeah.
I thought we were just taking a sabbatical.
Yes.
Alright.
A sabbatical from what?
The virus.
What virus? What?
Exactly.
We've established we're confused.
And
Is there a point system to this, or is it
Well,
If you
you
get
get a hug.
If you get it wrong 3 times, we throw you in a lion's den.
Oh, man.
I think
Especially
Owen is
Daniel
seeing.
I was about to say my first name's Daniel.
I think Owen is looking through the bottom of the blindfold.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I really doubt he can see it.
Yeah, we haven't even tasted anything and we're already pointing fingers at each other.
He's like, you're cheating.
I think he's cheating.
Well, he's the one that we thought we were taking a sabbatical from
competition.
church. Right hand.
Yeah.
On the count of 3.
1, 2, 3,
You take a
2,
sip already?
1. Wait.
All people were counting all wrong. 2, 3, 1.
Is it 1, 2, 3, go?
Alright, I will count the
These cookies
proper
keep
way.
falling.
1, 2, 3, go.
Wait, on go or on 3?
Jeez, I said on go.
The space between 3 and go.
On left.
1, 2, 3, left. Oh, that's
You want me
bloody
to guess first?
disgusting.
You said what?
Yeah, let him guess first. What drink?
What drink is
You
it?
think it's the right one or?
So wait, are we guessing the Coke product? Is that what the first one was?
Well,
No,
Or
yeah,
Pepsi
it's right or
product.
left.
we're not letting you know.
Oh, we're not letting me know.
No.
Well, this was
Which one's real,
clearly
which is
supposed to be Dr. Pepper, but they failed miserably. There's
Yeah.
way too much cherry. It's like they had Dr. Pepper, and then they spilled cherry-flavored cough syrup into
I feel
it.
like this one to me is a Dr. Thunder. Or maybe no, I don't know. I'm gonna take another sip.
You want to try the other one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can compare?
Go. All right, it's gonna be
Let me
1,
compare.
2, 3, go. Okay, on go. 1, 2, 3, go.
That one's the off-brand. To me, I think the one we drank first was Dr. Pepper.
Even though you hated it.
I didn't say
I
that.
gotta
That
get
was
back
him.
into that.
Let me,
Need a
okay.
palate cleanser.
Right. Left.
I did. Okay.
Left.
I did that.
Left and then right.
Well, I wanted more.
Right.
Now I'm doing right.
Alright, now guess.
The first one, Dr. Pepper. I'm
no,
calling
no.
the second one as a Dr. Thunder.
In my right
Let me
hand, I have something that is not Dr. Pepper, and in the left hand,
This
is
one-
Dr. Pepper.
Which one do you think is Dr. Pepper one?
The left is Dr. Pep.
This one in my right hand is a Dr. Pepper.
So the one that I just took is your Dr. Pepper one, right?
Yeah.
Alright.
See.
You guys are both right.
Yeah, you're both right.
They switch it up on us.
You want
High
to
five. You can also call me Sexy Lexi for the people out there.
Let's not call him sexy like.
I mean, you can. That's fine.
never do
I
Everybody
prefer
calls
that
me
name.
that.
Inappropriate.
Okay.
Everybody calls
No.
me that.
Oh.
If you want.
I'll just raise it up a little bit if I can.
Okay.
hard. What's your Jesus story?
My Jesus story, like my testimony.
Yeah.
Okay, so I shouldn't have made the gusher.
You really shouldn't have.
I grew up in a Christian home. Was raised by going to church every Sunday and every Wednesday, having youth or children's activities, and was just raised. And I'm very blessed to be raised in the Christian family. When I was in like the children's ministry, to me, that Sunday. It was just very weird. They were talking about like how bad hell was, but looking back on it, they never really showed the Jesus aspect of how great he is, but they were like focusing on how bad hell is. And I mean, hell is definitely very bad, but they, at the end of that children's sermon, they were like, said a prayer, and I repeated the words that he said. And after the prayer, it was like, all right, everyone who prayed that prayer is now saved. And I was like, okay, cool. I didn't feel anything different though. I kind of, since I thought I was saved, I kind of lived my life how I wanted to. I didn't necessarily do anything bad, but I wasn't glorifying God in everything that I was doing. So it didn't take me until later, until actually Sunday, we had actually overslept church. And my Christian family that I lived with, even if we overslept church, we were going to have our own church at home because we are very dedicated to God, and that I'm thankful for. But during that Sunday, they asked me if I had any papers or anything that I had gotten from youth the week before or from Sunday morning church. And I told them that I had like these list of verses that my youth pastor, I think, had handed out that just had a bunch of different verses listing why God did what he did as far as sending his son down to the earth, why Jesus died for our sins, and what Jesus was and what he did on earth. And it was just a whole list of awesome verses that honestly I don't remember most of them, but one did stick out to me. I know it sounds terrible, but one verse that did stick out to me, and you know how you've read something over and over before, but you read it one time and then like it finally sticks. Romans 6:23 was that verse for me, and it says, "For the wages of sin is death, but the free gift of God is eternal life in Christ Jesus our Lord." And so I don't know what made it so different that day, but I was wrecked by it when I heard it read by my mom or my dad, I don't remember. But after we'd finished our family sermon, I guess you could call it, I felt the Lord was just telling me to do something, change my life from here on out. So I was like, Dad, Mom, like, I don't know what's going on, but I feel something, and I think I want to be saved. So we talked it out, and I just prayed to the God on my own, and through my own prayer. And as soon as that happened, I say this, it was just like a different feeling kind of came over me. It was like a rush of something, like adrenaline maybe, but better than adrenaline. I don't know how to explain it other than that. And it was just a cool experience because it's something I never felt before, but I could tell that I was a changed man from that point, even though I was 12 or 13 at that age.
My story is starts out similar to Lex's, where both my parents were Christian by the time that I was born, and so I was always going to church since I was a little kid, and my mom wanted me to get saved, obviously at a young age, and so she was always like talking to me about salvation. And as soon as I was old enough to pretty much like comprehend what I thought that choice encompassed, I said, sure, I'll be saved because my mom wants me to. I love my mom. Why not? It sounds like a fun thing to do, so I accepted. And I knew that I loved Jesus and I liked the idea of Jesus, but at 5, I don't know how well you can really comprehend like what all that means. I didn't understand sin, that's for sure. All I knew about sin was that if I disobeyed my mom, I got put in timeout. That was the only thing I got. So as I got older, I was kind of just like thought that my church attendance and how well I obeyed my Sunday school teachers was like the metric for how good my Christian walk was. And I did a pretty good job of that, so I thought I was a pretty good Christian. And it wasn't until I was probably like about 11 or 12 that I started realizing like, oh, there's sin in my life that is unaccounted for, and it's not paid for, and I'm not doing anything to try to fix that. It's just there, and I knew that I really liked the sin that was in my life as well. And I didn't want to change. And so I had that knowledge, and so I knew from that point, that means I'm probably not saved. I had enough wherewithal to kind of make that assumption. And so from that point, I was like, well, yeah, I don't want to change One, because I like my sin. Two, because I don't want my parents to know that I've this whole time been lying about being saved. So I was just kind of scared to make any sort of changes. So I went on about a year like that, where I knew, like, if I died, I don't think I would go to heaven, but I'm too scared to change, so I'll just go on like this. And I remember one time we were on a family car ride. I don't know why specifically this day it was really getting to me, but I kept thinking, like, if this car careens off the side of the road and we die, I'm going to hell for sure, and my family's all gonna go to heaven, and I'm gonna be in hell by myself. And so I was just thinking about that the whole way home. And eventually, when we got home, I was just like, I can't wait until Sunday, because like this was like the weekend. I think it was like a Friday or something. I was like, I can't wait till Sunday, because I might die today or tomorrow. Like, I have to take care of this right now. And so I just started praying in my living room, and I told my parents, I was like, I don't think I'm saved, and I want you guys to pray with me or do something. I don't know what you can do, but just like, I want to talk about this. And so they were eventually, they talked to me about it, and of course, contrary to my opinion, no one was disappointed with me. They were really happy to be able to talk to me about it. And so I got saved that day in my living room. The following Sunday, just in God's providence, someone approached me and asked me if I wanted to be discipled. And so it was just crazy, like, that timing. And so since literally like the third day of me being saved, I've been in a really amazing discipleship relationship with several different men in my life who've taught me what it means to be a godly man, show me what it means to fight sin, to hate sin, and to love God.
So we're gonna move on to the next one. We're gonna try to figure out which one's the real and the fake gummy worms. So blindfolds on.
I think Owen can see from the bottom again.
Shut up, man. I really doubt it.
We're gonna start with on the right. Give me your right hand.
Oh.
Up.
You're on there. Just grab a gummy worm.
Just grab one from there.
With my fingers curled backwards and I grab
Joshua can do that.
No, we can't.
Yeah, he can.
Wait, do what? I can't see anything, so it doesn't matter.
He can curl his fingers
All right,
backwards and grab stuff.
Just grab one.
Is this fine?
One,
Yes.
2, 3.
That's delicious.
Okay. I'll grab your hand.
All right.
There you go. Here you go. Let's see if I can taste the difference.
I'm gonna be
Just so
chewing
you
for a
people
while.
know, at Tribe Church, a lot of people, my friends, we call him Slowin' because he eats very slow. So
Always the last one to finish.
Well, if you guys know Gio,
He's always
he
the last one.
eats slow as mess too. 1, 2, 3.
harder.
It's harder.
It's
a bit longer, it's a bit skinnier. But the taste,
Debatable.
I got a different flavor, so it's kind of hard for me to compare.
Yeah.
Okay. You
Are
have
these two the same
Wait,
I
flavor?
got you.
I got you.
I got you, bud.
You
All right.
put it down on the table.
Sorry. These are gonna be the same flavor.
These are the same
They're
flavor.
the same flavor.
They're the same flavor.
Alright, take two.
Huh?
Hey, can I spit this in your mouth? I don't
Ah.
We actually did a skit where we actually did that together.
We had like 3 people spitting gummy worms into each other's mouth.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Funny enough, it was for D-Now that year, and we called it the Early Bird skit because
Oh
we wanted
no.
we wanted to promote the Early Bird prize, and everyone there was a mama bird and there were baby birds as well.
That's
And
gross.
how does a mom feed her baby birds? Well, she chews it up and spits it out.
Which one's the
Which
real
one's
one?
that one? I don't know. That you just
The
ate?
one that I just ate, I think, is the on-brand like trolley brand.
I would have
Okay, and try this other one.
I don't know what.
Okay, they're significantly harder.
Hitting them against each other.
It hurts my jaw.
Yeah, I can hear you crunching over there.
It's crunchy.
For me, this one in my right hand that I'm holding towards the camera, I think the camera's right here. I think is the on.
It's actually right there.
I think that this one is actually. I think this one, it's got a better chew factor. So I would say.
The CF.
Yes, of course. Everybody knows the CF.
yes,
Everyone knows
the critical CF.
Of course. I mean, if it doesn't have a good CF, then what's the point of even getting them? Which this one doesn't necessarily have a
Can
great
I just say
CF.
too? I just swallowed it and it slithered down my throat.
Oh, that one might have been a real worm. My bad.
The lies factor.
Oh, you getting that real one?
The live
But this one that I'm showing towards the camera, I think, unless it's over here again, I would say this is the on-brand trolley.
I see the camera spinning around the table.
Oh
so
my-
you gotta.
Yeah, Darren.
There you go.
Darren's
There you go.
consistently
This one's
walking
trolley.
around with it.
There you go. Okay.
Darren's kind of a hectic.
But this one right here is
Okay.
trolley. This one I think has to be off-brand.
Okay, so you're saying that you're calling the right side.
The right side I feel like would have to be trolley.
Okay, what about you, Owen?
I think it was in my right hand. The one that I said was the trolley. We have the video footage.
Do you want to grab the last two and feel them?
more.
Oh,
I think I'm eating
This
the
one is-
last one.
this one is the trolley right here.
Wow.
Wow,
You guys are spot on so
you
far.
guys are spot on.
2 for 2.
I told you guys, this
Hey,
is my game.
My culinary hero is Paula Deen, so
Oh no.
no, I can't say that.
Wait, Owen, don't eat them yet. You can see the difference.
Okay, I will.
Oh my god.
You can actually see the difference.
Oh my god! Yeah, I said it's longer and skinnier.
And yeah, you could tell. Owen,
Yo, what's up?
what's the dumbest thing you ever did because of a crush?
Oh. I think Lex
Oh
knows this
man,
story.
dude.
I'm
I
trying
got
to
a
think.
funny story, and this is like one of the cringiest things I was just thinking about this week, and I was dying inside. My first date ever, dude. I was like, oh, this girl is like the best girl like ever, and I'm gonna really show her a good night out. So we go out, we get pizza. We decide like, well, there's not much to do in Gainesville, so I guess let's just go back to my house and watch a movie or whatever. Guess what movie I chose?
Please
You
tell me it
remember
was
stories.
Nacho Libre.
Oh my
I
gosh.
wish, dude.
This is terrible. This is actually
This is terrible. So I go home and somehow I thought it was a good idea to, on the first date, the thing that would set the mood for the evening was watching Spotlight. Have you ever seen that movie?
No.
About the Catholic priests who were all
Oh my god.
child abusers. It's like a documentary. So
Why?
So it's like exposing them. It's like a movie like exposing all these awful Catholic priests. And I put it on and like, I guess like half an hour into the movie, I was like, this was a huge mistake. Because the vibe in the room was just so silent. Like no one was saying anything. It was just, oh god, it was so awful. And then halfway through, she was like, I think I'm gonna like head home. Right. And I was just
And you're like, yeah, I think you should.
Yeah, I agree.
We don't have a second date.
We actually did, but yeah. So I'm really attractive,
Did you-
so I don't blame her. But
Did you watch? Did you finish the movie on the
we
second
did not.
date?
So for anyone
See, you
watching,
should have though.
for any of you young bucks watching, Spotlight, not a good first date movie. Choose like Frozen.
That's
or
probably
something.
like a wife movie. If
Not even that.
I don't know,
Watch
dude.
that alone.
I'd like to say, as being the only married man in here, she probably would not want to watch that film.
Bro, you're about to be married, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would have been married last week.
If he hadn't watched Spotlight.
Probably shouldn't have.
No.
I think so. This was, let's see, summer leading into my junior year. I had actually just moved churches from another church to Westminster, where I'm at now. And there was a girl there at the summer camp that we went to that I liked. And I was like, okay, she's pretty cute, you know. Let me, you know, your first reaction.
And your
first
name
instinct.
is. I'm just kidding.
Whoa, buddy.
And your first instinct, your first reaction is to flirt with them, you know, be nice, you know, kind of compliment them maybe, treat them nice, you know. Apparently that's not my style of flirting. What I would be doing was
Mean to her.
Yes, I would be mean to her. So I remember specifically she was sitting down waiting in lunch. No, I wouldn't punch her. I saw that action. I don't punch women. I'm a nice guy.
Attaboy, let's go.
But she was sitting down, one specific memory, she was sitting down waiting for the lunch line to move. And once it was finally moving, she had her water bottle next to her and she was like, oh, can you help me up? A gentleman would have helped her up. Not even questioning it. Of course I'm gonna help you up. I said, no, I will not help you up, and I kicked over her water bottle, and then I went away.
Well done.
I bet she really liked you.
Well, it turns out we had a off and on again thing for about 2.5 years, but did not end how I wanted it to, but because it just never really progressed.
Oh, I wonder
But
why.
hey, that's just life.
Blindfolds Answers.
Again,
Yes.
with this.
Okay, I'm gonna make this difficult.
I've already had
for-
5 Pop-Tarts.
So we have real Pop-Tart, fake Pop-Tart. They gotta guess which one's real. Let us go.
I don't know if I can do it or not.
All right, you gotta guess which one's
I
real.
missed the table, so. All right. I'm picking up the tarts now.
You can definitely tell that one is a lot thicker than the other one.
Yeah. I can't actually. You know what's weird though is
Hold
this
them up to
time.
the camera.
This time I can't tell. Like last time I could tell, but this time I'm having trouble. I think this.
Wait, what do you mean last time?
Yeah.
You already made it known.
We haven't eaten them yet. What
Oh,
are you
wait,
talking
time
about?
out. We're in a top secret bunker.
We just say that every 5 minutes.
You had to be there. You had to be there.
It's a geography joke.
What?
You have to be there.
Oh,
come on, man.
Did it. But maybe the right one is the wrong one.
I see why.
Okay.
I see why Owen said he couldn't tell.
Wait, why?
I mean, having two
no,
of the same.
I'm looking at his.
No,
I'm trying to
they're
look at
not.
his Pop-Tarts like I can see.
Lex
People
goes.
give me-
Lex goes. Wait, why? Oh, I can't see.
I was like, wait, why?
Okay, you gotta eat the left one now.
Wait, I hadn't eaten my right one.
Well, try eat both of them at the same time.
Try to keep up.
This man literally took a nibble off the corner. It's not gonna.
This one's fake.
He took a piece of the little bread,
there's-
the breading crust. This message is not brought to you by Pops and Flops.
Is that a flip-flop company run by your dad's?
Hey. My dad makes shirts, not flops.
Oh, okay.
Believe it or not, this is harder for me the second time around. I feel like the first time I knew immediately, and this time I'm like a little iffy
Not
on
for
it.
me, I don't know. Well, what do you mean second time?
Wait.
We're in the top secret.
We're in the top secret bunker.
We're in a top secret bunker under Mount Everest.
Your hands. I got you.
This is the real one, I believe. The right one. Is it? Am I jumping the gun by saying
Okay.
that?
Well, wait, let
Oh.
Owen guess too.
Found.
Why did you eat one? Did you eat a bite? Why'd you have a bite?
I have my own.
Oh, then why'd you trade?
Here's the deal. The one on the left was
This one.
was thick. I'm talking THICC thick, dude.
Wait.
On the right.
I know what you did.
We got this skinny boy.
You took a piece off of the Pop-Tart and him and two different pieces of the same Pop-Tart.
You talk on the pick on the Pop-Tart.
He said, bippity boppity boopity.
He became Italian
Bada
for a
bing,
second
bada
there.
boo.
You get my taxi eat to buy them a Pop-Tart.
Okay, so which one was the Pop Tart? And which one was the
I
Flop
think
Tart?
the one I'm eating right now is the Pop-Tart. The one I'm holding.
This is thick, boy. This is Pop-Tart.
Are we right? Are we
All
right?
right,
Are
well,
you confused now? I don't know what's going on.
that's the Flop Tart.
This is the Pop-Tart?
Yeah.
What? Take your blindfolds off. Did you make your guess?
Yeah, I did.
Look at Owen was eating the same one though.
I ripped one in half.
I was like,
there's no way. I can tell this so easily.
Did you break a piece off of the regular Pop-Tart?
yeah, I just split it.
I
I was like, I don't know. The one I got.
Yeah, but I
You have to answer the question.
What question?
What do you mean
Oh, wait.
again? Oh,
What do you mean again? We're in an underground bunker.
We're in an underground bunker under Mount Everest
so you
in
serve,
Nepal.
you serve in the youth ministry in your church. What made you want to serve in that area?
Yeah, so this is kind of a continuation of my testimony a little bit. And Owen had mentioned this before,
Deja vu.
but once I became saved, deja vu. I don't know. It took me 5 seconds to realize that. I'm sorry, guys. Anyway, after I became saved, I got into discipleship and different Bible studies to help me progress in my walk with Christ. And those guys who helped me lead those, or who helped lead those discipleship groups that were college leaders, people my age now, and they just kind of helped me with my walking with Christ, helped me get over sins and different struggles that I had, and I, in a way, wanted to repay them, even though I wouldn't be discipling them, since they're going to continue. You know, if you grow older, then they also grow older. It's not like you grow older and someone else stays the same age, because that's not possible.
As we mature, the relationship matures with us.
But I know that just being a youth leader meant so much to me, so I wanted to help people who are students now who might have the same struggles that I did or the same sins that I had. I wanted to help them with that and help them grow in Christ. But more of the story, youth leaders helped me out. Oh, I was going back to my testimony. Youth leaders helped me out with my life and helped me grow in Christ, and I want to do the same thing with younger people than I, and help them be great Christian men in the future. So,
Pretty much ditto what Lex said.
don't copy me.
Okay,
That's just
good answer. Exactly what Lex said.
No, but for real, like everything Lex said is true for me as well. But I had like my senior year of high school, I had become like a student leader in my youth group, and I had planned to help out in college there, and then I ended up leaving that church. So, but anyway, I had that my senior year. I had that taste of like being a leader in youth group, and I just really enjoyed that experience. And I knew that from my own high school experience, the friendships that I made there are still ongoing to this day. And I've been out of high school for like almost 5 years. So I knew that like really good relationships are made, really good experiences are had, and so I wanted to continue being a part of that if possible, and also be there to witness other people kind of experience that as well. And here we are.
Blindfolds on.
Oh, also, he discipled me later on in my life.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool. He discipled me. I'm discipling his younger brother.
I always forget Owen's older than you. Okay, blindfolds
All right,
on.
blindfolds on.
Yeah, I was stupid. I'm sorry.
All right.
There are 3 different colas. They're in a random order that you don't know. So you can smell it, you can taste it. He's absorbing it.
I'm already gonna say, based
I
on
drink
my
through my
smell,
beard.
I think that this is like the off-brand. I don't think it's.
Wait,
You
gotta
can
count down.
take a
No,
sip.
you gotta count down.
1, 2,
I'm gonna drink it through my
3, 2, 1.
He drank it with his nose.
Immediate regret. I started it and I was like, nope.
I'm sorry.
All right, here we go.
1, 2, 3, go.
I think it's not Coke, but
It's not Coke,
It's
for
not
sure.
Coke, but
I think this is Sam's.
I can't remember the last time I had a Pepsi, so I don't remember what Pepsi tastes like either.
I don't think it's Pepsi, but I might come back and say that this is Pepsi. I'll have to try the rest to kind of.
It's possible.
Okay.
We're
We'll
gonna
hand
keep them in
you-
the same order. Keep them in the same order.
Okay.
Slide it
We're
into
going
my
to the
claw.
Far right. Now hear it. You gotta listen to it.
The way it bubbles, that's a classic Coke bubble.
Yeah, I'm hearing Coke from the drink. Like, it's ain't Coke.
It's trying to trick you though.
I don't know if you
Sam's
ever been to
Cola
the world
will
of
trick you.
Coca-Cola. They swear it says things. So,
Owen was drinking from 3.
because that's what we established. On 3 we go.
That's hard. I mean, at first I was like, definitely Coke, but as it kind of passed down,
Through your palate.
yeah, through my palate, I was getting other accents. I was getting
Like I said, I'm gonna have to-
plastic.
I'm gonna have to come
I was
back.
getting.
A hint of.
I was getting a hint of cheap. So I don't know. It could be something else.
Maybe that's what it was whispering to me. It's just cheap.
It was a C.
Yeah,
Close
it was-
enough.
it was a
We're
C.
gonna go with the last one.
Also, all these are flat, which is affecting my judgment.
So
Yeah,
that,
bro,
that
it
is.
sucks.
They're still bubbling. They're not flat
They're
yet.
pretty flat.
You
Okay.
can smell it. You can smell it. Okay.
The first one might be Pepsi.
1, 2, 3, go.
I think the first one we have is Pepsi. I know that for a fact now.
It's still hot.
Yeah, this one's Pepsi for sure.
Far left, you said?
Far left is Pepsi.
Wait. What do you think?
I don't know the order, but I don't know the order of where
Okay,
they're
so
situated.
go
but the
up.
first one
was Pepsi.
was Pepsi, I agree. I think the second one was Coca-Cola.
Hang on, I'm not there yet. Oh, I don't know.
Well, we're here in the South and everything is Coke. I tell you what.
I tasted 3 Cokes.
I tasted. Hey, they gave me 3 Cokes, and I'll tell you what, one of them wasn't Coke. It was Pepsi.
1. What was 1?
One was Pepsi
I
for
think
sure.
One was Pepsi.
2.
I'm gonna say
I'm gonna
Coke
say
on
Coke
that.
as
This
well.
was 2.
I'm saying
This was
Coke.
as well.
Which one's
3?
I can't see.
3 leaves whatever.
Yeah, exactly. It was 1.
So
2,
okay,
3.
because 3 had like a weird aftertaste
Yeah,
that I
I
know
agree.
Coke does not have.
I agree.
So I would say the third one's the Sam's
It almost
Cola.
fooled me.
It did.
And then as it went down, I was like,
They had us
wait
in
a
the first
minute,
half.
What's this?
That
There's something else in
had
there.
me in the first half. Not
Like I
gonna
said,
lie.
it made my gums hurt, so Coke doesn't usually do that.
For the record, did not make my gums
Really
hurt.
got you
so
in
I
the
don't know
feelings.
what the heck he's talking about.
Hey, his palate is a little bit more mature than yours is.
It's mature. Thank you.
It's mature.
All right, blindfolds off.
I would say that the
You
second
guys
one,
were 100% correct.
Is that not true?
Don't do that.
Not the worst.
Don't do that, kids.
That's a last question.
Yep.
What's a funny church story you have?
We used to go to, when I was in high school, a camp called Summit. And there's so many stories that I could tell from Summit. Oh my gosh. Literally, probably 20 stories I could tell right now. But somebody had brought a big water balloon launcher, like a big catapult. It was one that like 3 people had to man it,
Oh my
'cause 2
gosh.
people had to stand and hold it and stretch it, you know, on either side, and then one person had to like with their full body pull back and like launch a balloon. And this thing sent balloons like 200 yards. I mean, it was like legit. And so we were just, this camp took place, I don't know if anybody who's listening or any of you guys know where Covenant College is, but it's up on a mountain called Lookout Mountain, kind of like on the border of Tennessee.
I wanted to go there.
Really? Yeah. This camp took place on the campus. So we were there and we would stay in the dorm rooms. And so we were just launching balloons inside down the dorm room thing. Anyway, we were out on the balcony, and the balcony overlooks this quad of grass where like the people would just go out and play frisbee and hang their hammocks and stuff. And across on the opposite side, there's a gift shop that sold like snow cones, and people would constantly be in there like getting snow cones and stuff. And so there's this kid who we're friends with, like who's Lex's age.
He's
You
one of
guys
my.
are still friends
He's
with
probably.
this guy?
Oh yeah, he's probably one of my best friends.
Yeah. So anyway, but when he was in middle school, this kid was just the goofiest looking kid, and he was so funny.
Let me say this.
didn't
I'm allowed.
age well?
I'm allowed to say this because I do believe he's one of my best friends and one of my close friends. He was fun to pick on. So.
But we loved him. But
We
he was-
loved. We did it.
Bless his heart.
Bless his heart. His voice was so funny. He was like, he talked perpetually like this, and like, and he was just kind of he was just a really funny kid. Anyway, he was coming back, and he was just double fisting two giant icy slushy snow cones, and so he was walking back from across towards our dorms, just having a good day. It was nice and warm out. He was eating one, eating the other. He was just like having a good day, and so a good friend of mine named Matt was like, oh, everybody come here. We gotta do something about this. So we get this water balloon launcher out on the balcony, and we load it up with this big fat water balloon, and we stretch it back. And I wasn't involved in the actual launching, but I was looking at it. I was just watching, and anyway.
I was on the quad when this happened, so I saw it happening.
Two points of view. Yeah. Anyway, so we launch it, and it starts out good. And I was thinking.
So my question is, how large were these water balloons?
I mean, it was a good size.
Like-
It was probably like
Oh my gosh.
Like a regular balloon size.
It had to fit, the holster for the for the launcher.
So it's probably like a
So
solid.
it's like you filled up a normal sized balloon.
I don't know if it was that big, but it was pretty large. Anyway, so it had a good arc on it, and all of us on the balcony were thinking, there's no way this is gonna actually happen. But this thing just perfectly, like it was guided by an angel, just had the perfect lift to it. The wind was perfect to carry it where it needed to go, and it just descended, and we saw it, and we all knew suddenly this is happening. And so Kate's just walking across, he's got the ices, and suddenly it's just like that, drops both snow cones, and and he's looking around, he finally sees us up on the balcony, he's like, come on, man!
I forgot about the voice.
I laughed so hard, I think I came this close to vomiting. It was so funny.
It was pretty
so
funny. So that was at our old church that we used to go to. I'm gonna try and tell one from the one we're at now. We were having a bonfire up. You know where I'm going with this?
I think I do.
We have a field behind our church, and
Yes, I do.
yeah. So it was like
Where? What field?
What church?
What church?
we're in a top secret bunker. Second time.
First Baptist Church of Tibet.
Nepal. We're in Nepal.
Yeah, Nepal. Sorry, Nepal.
On Mount Everest.
But
Inside. We're on it, but inside at the same time.
makes sense.
We're on the real one. Inside the
Inside.
fake one.
Oh, so never mind.
Anyway, we're Bondo Church.
We were it was like the first Wednesday since summer had happened. And we want to do something cool, so we want to do a bonfire up on the field behind our church. And we didn't have any firewood, but we had these. They were
We just
pallets.
cleansed ours.
They're wooden pallets, and we stacked them up.
I said we just cleansed ours for a long time. Anyway, go ahead.
Good job. Yeah, we had about 4 or 5 of them. We weren't ever gonna use them, so we used that as our firewood. And it was really hard because we couldn't ever get the fire started, or if we did get it started, it wouldn't stick to the wood, and we never got the bonfire going until we just kept blowing underneath, having it ventilated and letting it rise, and it got enough to where it stuck, and students were coming in perfect time. You know, our bonfire was ready. So gets maybe near the end, or not really, about halfway through, the fire is just overbearing. Like we at first could not even get it going. At this point, you can't stand 5-10 feet close to it because the heat is just so overwhelming. Literally, we were maybe 10 feet away from it because the heat, you couldn't stand close enough to it because it was so hot. So it had been really dry that week as well. So not only was it burning the pallet, but it was also burning the grass around it.
Started a forest fire.
Well,
He's getting there.
and like I said, the fire is really hot, so we can't really stand close to
As
it.
fire typically is.
Yes, of course, because fire is hot. If you
Fire
didn't know.
tends to be.
Is fire hot? That's the new question. You know, is water wet? Is fire hot?
Fire isn't hot, sir. Now that you're begging the question.
I'm not gonna get into it. But anyway,
We're in a top secret.
top secret bunker. Yes. Fire's burning, and no one's close enough to it, so they don't really see the fire coming towards them. Spreading, yes. Until it's a little bit too late. So our youth pastor at the time, he's freaking out, as one would, obviously. If you're about to start a forest fire, you would start freaking out and trying to do everything you can. So he tells me and Owen, he's like, go get this cooler down at the youth room, because the field's up on a hill, our youth room's down at the bottom of the hill. And we had drinks, and all the drinks were gone. It was just ice and melted water. Melted ice, which is water. had to clarify.
Melted water.
What? Also, second question. What is melted water? Let me know in the comments below.
Is water wet?
Okay, now
Let us know in the comments below.
Is fire
Is
hot?
fire hot? Let
what-
us know in the comments below.
Is fire hot? Is water wet? And what is melted water?
Let us know in the comments below.
Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our.
This is good.
to our-
No. But then you went to get the cooler.
Yes, we went to get to the cooler because our youth pastor, Aaron, he's just like, go get the cooler. We're gonna have to pour it all on the fire and see if it does anything. And so we're running down there as fast as we can, and this cooler's heavy. So we're maybe get down there in 5-10 seconds, but it takes us maybe 30 to a minute to run back up the hill with this cooler full of ice and water. And by the time we get up there, we pour what we have as close as we can get to the fire, and it just doesn't really
Doesn't make any
Misses.
sense.
Yeah,
It misses completely.
pretty much. Wrong fire. So our youth pastor,
Wrong fire.
wrong. Our youth pastor runs back down, and apparently we had a fire extinguisher. He didn't know that it was like a handle on the door to open it up. He punches the glass to get the fire
Literally right
extinguisher.
next to it, a handle, but he just
But
punched
I guess he's so overwhelmed and excited. He punches the glass to get the fire extinguisher, and luckily he at least got it to where it was manageable and we could pour our drinks on it. But we almost started a forest fire essentially behind our church.
Yeah.
Left some burn marks there for about a year.
Well, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe. This is Lex. That's Owen. You can follow them on their Instagrams. It'll be somewhere on the screen. Thanks for watching again. Like, subscribe. Leave it in the comments
You already
below.
said that.
You already said that.
Answer the questions. Is fire hot?
Leave it in the comments below.
Is water wet?
Leave it in the comments below.
What? No. What is melted water?
What is
Leave it in the
melted
comments
water?
below. That's it. Bye, guys.
Have a good one. Peace.